Hello everybody, this is Gina with Complete Healing for Your Mind, Body, and Spirit, and this is your March forecast for astrology, numerology, and the tarot for 2015. So let me start the month by saying happy birthday to all the Pisces. We've been, you guys have been in full effect, literally. This month we're starting off quite a bit of things are happening, so let's get right to it. We'll start with some astrology. So as we begin the month, those that follow me, we talked about January being the month of closure, deciding, to close some chapters in our life. February being the month of new directions, or figuring out what we want to do and new directions. And this month, it's going to be also about action towards those directions. So that's interesting, but we've had a lot of Piscean, ethereal, right-brained energy right now. This is giving us more creativity, following our intuition, getting more spiritually based, and expanding levels of consciousness and different dimensions of all that. So you might have noticed that your dream world has been really rich, vivid dreams, dreaming in color, connecting with loved ones from the other side, really feeling all of that energy. But on the 5th of March, we have what's called a full moon. And the full moons tend to bring something to light. And it happens to be in Virgo. So here we are, we're getting caught up in the right side of our brain. We're getting more connected and deeper in our spirituality and more intuitive. And then all of a sudden we get the brakes on from Virgo. Virgo says, okay, hold on, let's not rush. Let's take a look at this. Let's analyze this. Let's check the details. Double check your facts. And Virgo's very grounding. And so Virgo actually helps us ground. So any creative directions or any projects that you want to start, by all means, follow your intuition, but double check. Are the promises that they're putting, are they putting in writing? And what does it say? Sometimes, we have to take a look at what someone says versus what they're willing to commit to in writing. So that's what that's telling us. So around the full moon, there could be something that we might have overlooked come to light. So don't be surprised of that. Some small little detail, a little fact. That's what Virgo likes to do. It likes to go, hey, hold on. Don't get too excited. Let me just have you look at this one more time. Then on the 11th, we're having the final, thank goodness, the final Pluto-Uranus square. Now, there's many ways of looking at this, so I'm going to try to make this really simple. Think of your life as we're like a little tree, and for the last couple of years, we get a good shake. Some dead branches fell off, some leaves fell off, but then we stood strong. Got a couple more shakes. A few more leaves, old things that were probably up there that we didn't even know fell off. This is the last shake, the last one. And you're probably going to be ramping up to this energy when you listen to this video and probably feel it. A lot of, Pluto is in Capricorn, so that rules your bones, your teeth. It rules calcium levels. It rules your teeth, your jaw, your jawline, your bones, your bone marrow, your skeleton. So, and then Uranus is in Aries, and that ram rolls the head. So you're probably feeling a lot of tension in your neck area. People are having issues, they all of a sudden twist their ankle or something, grinding their teeth, things like that. These are the kind of energies. And we're feeling this square. We're feeling this magnitude, and, it's just not feeling quite right, a little antsy, because Uranus, the planet of, sudden, abrupt, explosive changes, is in a very aggressive fire sign. It's in Aries. And Aries, it's the war, a planet of war. So it is going to feel very forceful, very agitated energy. That's the energy. So what I tell people with this last square, we're going to get our little tree shooken one more time. And what no longer serves us, because Pluto's asking us to restructure our lives. And that's why things have fallen apart. That's why in January you close some chapters. February, you've decided what direction you want to go in, and March, you're really starting to put the plans for this direction together, but you got to check the facts. Don't forget with Virgo full moon on the 5th, check those facts. So make sure, and then we'll be heading off in that direction. I believe it's around the 16th. We then have Venus, that's in Pisces right now, will be traveling over to Taurus. And so then when it goes to Taurus, Taurus is all about physical comforts. It's all about, you know, it's gonna soften that area, and depending upon where it sits in your chart, you'll feel the effects of it. But it's going to leave Aries. See, right now it's softening. That's why we're ramping up to this energy. But when it makes that transition, the energy will be in full effect. So you're going to have Uranus and Mars, and shortly after that, the Sun, right around the time of the solar eclipse. And the solar eclipse in Pisces is going to be on the 20th. And so we have this eclipse in Pisces on the 20th. And once again, Pisces is all about your intuition. It's all about, you know, feeling your way around things, you know, just kind of, you know, finding your way around things, and, you know, concentrating on your spirituality. It's not just about getting the money. It's how are you going to do that and feed your soul at the same time. And that's what this energy is about. So that last little thing is shaking your tree and getting what no longer serves you. Are you going to a job that you don't want to go to? And if so, what do you want to do? What is your passion? And you're formulating a way to do that. You have to restructure it, and that's what these energies are showing us. Now, the new moon is going to be in Pisces, and that's going to be at 29 degrees. So I really like this solar eclipse, and I like this new moon because this is all about new beginnings. However, with that square on the 11th, what that energy tells me is that, you know, when that little tree gets shook for the very last time, I mean, we're still going to be feeling the energies for a little while after, but it's going to either encourage us to make some changes on our own, or it's going to do it for us. But either way, we've got some new doors opening. So if a door closes for you, not of your own decision, there's probably a very good reason for that. And I would trust in the universe that the new one that's because it's not where you're supposed to be. So if it does, you know, fall off your tree, so to speak, it makes way for new growth, new beginnings, new opportunities, and that maybe you hadn't thought of. You know, so that's something. And usually with all this Pisces stuff, to me, this is kind of the universe, you know, higher, you know, dimension, our angels, you know, really coming in and kind of putting us towards our destiny. Now, then the sun makes a transition on the 21st from Pisces into Aries. And that's when the fireworks begins, because we have Aries, we have the sun going into Aries with Mars and Uranus. And Venus is in there softening things up. Venus has already moved over to Taurus. It said, forget you guys. You know, I like being warm, but I'm going to go where the earth is. And Venus is, you know, one of the rulers of Taurus. So it really likes being in Taurus. And then we're going to have we got a lot of fire there. And then that's our action. So depending upon what happens on the 11th, you know, doors will close or new ones will open around the 20th, and then we will be making our way shortly after that. Okay? Now, when we talk about numerology, when we add, we've already talked about this, when you add up 2015, the number is an 8-year, and that's abundance and power, and it's also transformation and regeneration. So when we think about that, that's the 8th house in Western astrology. So that's about, you know, death and rebirth and literally that sense. So that's what this year's about. It's about transforming our lives, and it kind of coincides with this energy. And so when we add that with the number 3, we get a master number. We get 11. So with a prime number, it is a stronger influence. So when we think about that, it's about a double 1. Not just new beginnings, it's new beginnings and new partnerships. But these partnerships have to be balanced. They need to be of value. That's when you add the 1 and 1 together, that's what you get. You get 2. You get partnerships and balance. But they have to be the 2 rules of the 2nd house, and that's the house of self. That's your home. What do you value? You know, are they of value, these partnerships? So in any partnership, it needs to be an equal. They can't be like this or like this. It needs to be equal. So they need to be equal partnerships. So make sure that they're, you know, you will give more than you're willing. You never give more than you're willing to take, or take more than you're willing to give. So this month, it's all about partnerships. This month's a 2-month. So let's see what the cards have for us. And once again, I am using my little deck from Italy that I really like, you guys. I've been really hanging out with this deck quite a bit and using it, and I found it extremely helpful. Okay, and those that get a reading from me, this is exactly how I do it. Whether you see me on Skype or you see me in person, I do it the exact same way. I just relax and kind of let the cards fall out. Yes, it is about new beginnings. Wow. Okay, so we have the King of Wands. So here is a new beginning, new opportunity, definitely something brand new from you. It's also, we have the Chariot, so it's about change. It's about leaving the spot where you're at. It's about making those changes for those opportunities. And then the King of Chalices. So, you know, we're going to get new opportunity to change and move, whether it be moving in another direction or even a physical move. And this is happiness. This is, you know, the King of Chalices is about heart. That's heart energy. That's happiness. So hope that is your month of March in a nutshell. Now this is just a general reading. If you like this reading and you'd like me to read for you, by all means, at the bottom of this video, you'll find my website link, and then you can contact me through my website, or you can message me right here at YouTube with your contact information, and I'll get back to you. Or you can reach me directly on my Facebook page, Complete Healing for Your Mind, Body, and Spirit. And if you find this information useful, by all means, like, subscribe, and share. And once again, this is Gina wishing you complete healing for your mind, your body, and spirit, and I'll see you in April. Bye-bye.